Greetings to everybody. I haven't been in the studio such a little day. You know, it's funny because my wife knew when she said, when I had to drop somebody off, she said, "You're gonna stop at the studio. I know you are," but she knows. I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do a little something." You know, sometimes it's just, not sometimes. Always best to tell the woman the truth, because when women test you with those little lies, like a woman she don't like a little lie. You know what I mean? Woman don't like a little. You got a big lie that's big, she can understand it. But when you lying about little things, you cause a lot of problems, and they don't like that. And what a beautiful night, man! It's a beautiful night. I don't know, man. It's like the more and more, right? The more and more I see, the more and more I know. The more and more I see, the more and more I know. Y'all gotta write that down. And write that down with me saying that. The more and more I see, the more and more I know. See, a wise man never talks too much. All you gotta do is just sit back and watch. You understand? I don't understand why you would spoil a moment and not just sit back and watch. Like, just, you know what I mean? Let it flow. I mean, women are out here and trying to look for a man, the right man. That could take a lifetime. Seriously. It could take a lifetime. And you have to be mindful of how this thing is playing out. Because now you're in this wall of redundancy. You know, my past few live streams, why does this thing keep saying that? My last few live streams have been very extraordinary. There's a lot of information in there. And I want to let the women know I'm proud of you, because y'all been listening. And I notice it's been listening now because you're able to pick up what I'm going to say before I say it. I test you. I ask you questions. You know what I mean? And you've been getting them right. It's like, ladies, you know, what would I say? And then you would say what I would normally say. So you've been listening. But there's a small crowd of my people that don't listen. And guess where they're listening from? Now remember, when you listen to me and you're in my class and you're paying attention, there's an education that you're administering and enduring. So once you endure this education, by the time you go over there, you're not going to be able to connect with them because you're going to be overqualified. You understand? You can't sit with their conversations anymore because you're going to be like, nope. You understand? And now the great thing here is whatever I tell you here is exclusive. A nigga can't challenge me, but he could challenge you. He's never going to challenge me. Because to challenge me, he would have to challenge himself. You can't challenge me without challenging yourself. That's why these men don't come to me with that. Because we would have to put money on the table and take it to the street. And we don't mean on no boxing. We don't mean on no damn gangster shit. We speaking in terms of the woman. Because I'm a ladies' man. And a ladies' man knows what he's talking about. Only a ladies' man knows a lady. So when we out moving around, when he's coming to war or whatever, it's like, my man, just listen, we can do this shit in any city you want to do it in. You're gonna fail. But he knows that because I don't bet. So for me to bet, that means it's something I know you don't. Now, I don't gamble. But if I tell you, we're going to put 10 racks on the table. We're going to put 10 bands on the table right now. Right? And you're going to approach 20 women. I'm going to choose them. I'm going to point them out. I don't know. I'm just going to choose them just physically on dial. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to walk by you. He knows that. See, you don't know because he tells you something entirely different. and you get challenged instead of challenging him. He tells you what he likes. I ask him, what does he attract? See the difference? You go by what he likes. You go by what he likes and what he tells you and, his experiences. I don't go by that because his experiences are not happening here in America. It's not happening. I don't care where. It could be in the 50 states. It doesn't matter if we're in Wyoming. I promise you, it won't. Because you don't know the difference with a man that gets his. When a man is getting it, he doesn't get on the internet and pull shit down. He gets on the internet and he gonna show up, but it's like anybody else. When somebody's happy people want to share. Happy people want you to see them. Miserable people don't want to be bothered. I know y'all heard misery loves company. Nah, not in this internet world. Misery don't want to be bothered. Miserable people don't want to be seen. When you are happy, you want to share. You want to expand. You are happy you bought a new house, you want to share it. You'll fly people in if you have to. But when you're miserable, you ain't going to want nobody in your crib. When you're happy, you want to share. I got it. Don't just come as you are. When you're miserable, now, what is she going to bring to the table? You haven't learned how to read between the lines. So to be here at this Ask Nathaniel movement, it's more than just a lifestyle. That was my original slogan. I've been doing this shit for 13 years. Now, are there particular black men that I drag on YouTube? No, I don't have to drag. I can't drag particular ones because the majority of them are bozos. So I can't pick and choose a name. You understand? We as black men know each other more than you do. And you haven't learned him. So when we're in this class, and you have to say, like a teacher or a professor would say, class, what do we learn today? And all the kids would say, stay in school, don't be no fool, right? You have to tell me something that you've learned, that you acquire to your life every day. Some of y'all are not consistent. I see you on live streams for a little minute, you disappear. And then you come back with sadness because you're going through depression because you're dealing with that fucking goat. This is a big problem. When we're doing this class, this is a true mode of, there's no level like being together. So shout out to Jacka, shout out to Hassan. There's no level, shout out to Canary 45. There's no level like being together. I don't fuck with nobody that doesn't listen to me. Oh, it's gotta be your way. Yeah. What other way it's gonna be? His way? Your way? Your way is not working. You don't listen, I don't fuck with you. That's just that. Listen, if you're in class and you disrupt it, we throw you out. That's it. You're too highly replaceable. You understand? You're too highly replaceable. So if you're here and you're an exclusive woman and you got your shit together, that's cool. Materialistic things, yeah, that's all good and dandy. Where's your bro, though? Where's your man at? Because that's going to determine who you are. You with that clown nigga, all that shit you got goes down the drain. This material could be burned. It's nothing. Doesn't impress me. It impresses me when you pull in an official nigga. You understand? Shout out to Shay Loves. Truth, Nate, I see most people not living their dreams because they lack. You lack consistency. I don't like that. I don't like people that's all together for 2 weeks and then you disappear and then you come back, wow, Nate. Excuse me, you're amazing. That's why I be learning. No, now you're not learning because you're not consistent. You got to be consistent when you deal with a man like me. Because I don't have to do this. I do it because I want to do it. I don't got to do it. It's like a man that already got his highest degree and then he wants to give to the community. He doesn't have to give shit. He already made it. But the one thing I want you to understand is, in my real world is where it counts. And my real world is the level of individuals that I know, family and friends, and nobody's like me. I have come to this conclusion. Nobody's like me. And I'm proud of that. That's a God-given talent. That's a blessing. I'm proud of that. I put a voice out with one direction, and men and women can pick up. Anything that I tell a woman, a man could learn from that. Anything. A man could sit here and learn from that. The problem is he takes a longer time to learn. You learn quicker. That's just in your DNA. That's just in your nature. You're a woman. You adapt quicker. Okay? When a man loses somebody and loses a girlfriend, it's harder for us to get over that than you. You can get over that a lot easier than us. A lot better than us. Your nature can deal with that. We can't deal with a heartache and a breakup like as good as you can. So you don't know the difference when a man is in pain. You see that piece of crap, that fucking jackass, come all over the internet and run his mouth, and you the only fucking one to listen to that fucking bum. You still work hard to achieve your goals. Meanwhile, these non-black women are getting their goals achieved from other men. I see it every day with my customers. I just seen it at the tire shop, this Colombian tire shop down the block. Some man owns it, but he got these bad Colombian women. They driving Hummers, brand new Hummers. I'm talking electric EVs, new body Escalades, and these girls is in their 20s. You think they bought that from working at the tire shop? No, it's the nigga that probably owns it that lives in Colombia. He tells you, oh, Colombian woman this. Where? Not here. They don't fuck with him here. He got to be a really official nigga to get to even. And if he does, he's not going to be on the internet. Because niggas that get ass don't have time. They're not going to put themselves on the internet. Because if they get pussy, they can't put themselves out there. So you're never going to hear him. He can't be seen unless he's a porn star. And you think a porn star is going to get on the internet after he just ran through a shitload of women in a production and got paid for? You think he's going to go back and say what black women need to do? No, he's not. He's probably looking at podcasts to laughing and bullshit. He don't have that time for that because it's not even in his headspace. He's achieving. But when you're lacking, you're going to drag. When you're miserable, you're going to drag. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why I got to stay away from positive people and stay with positive. No, it's not about that. Misery is miserable. That's their job. They're supposed to do that. Rightfully so. They're supposed to do that. Miserable people are supposed to do miserable things. That's expected. And that's understandable. Is it acceptable? To a degree, because they're miserable. When you hate yourself, you're miserable. You're not going to want to be bothered. But when you love yourself, you want everybody to see you. When you're sad in life, you don't want to be bothered. When you're happy, you want to bother everybody. You don't even understand why people are sad because you're happy. It's hard to understand why people are unhappy when you're happy. But a lot of y'all just keeps making the same mistake over and over again. And it's really serious because I have to do this class a little different tonight because I want people to understand when you come here and we talk, I got one sister here that I really been loving, and she's just a genuine part. She's here, she's just a genuine, educated sister with no type of holding back nothing. Just a straight shooter. You know how hard that is to find? That's hard to find in the black community. But a black woman in this space of this world to be a straight shooter and continuously and constantly show the admiration and respect for me while she's asking a question, that means she has thick skin. To ask, when you have thick skin is when you could ask me a question and credit me along the way. Nate, I appreciate your opinion. What do you think I should do with it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When I tell her, she's going to take note. She ain't going to battle me. She not going to fight. Now, I'm not saying y'all stupid and ignorant, but I got to say one thing. If the whole world, unless this nigga's playing ball or rapping, nobody's paying no black man no mind, they don't get no woman. Well, Nate, what if they going over across the seas? Across the seas is an illusion because they got to take that plane ride back home to reality. Everything is here. A Colombian woman doesn't count in Colombia. She counts in America. A Peruvian woman doesn't count in Peru. She counts in America. A Dominican woman doesn't count in Dominican Republic. She counts here. America. This is where the polish is. This is where the zest is. This is where the buck stops here. So if you unofficial in DR and you official in America, that's where it counts. It counts here. Even if you are in America to be in America, it counts here. So when you're listening to black men on the internet, because you're the only ones that do, because nobody's affected by him. You haven't branched out. You make all these damn achievements in your life, but you listen to that piece of fucking garbage. He's a piece of shit. And you listen to him. He knows, I know he's a piece of fucking garbage in the street. He knows it. Because I can tell when he's miserable. Because when he's miserable, he panders and he fucking complains. That's what miserable people do. They complain all the fucking time. He doesn't have the privilege and say, shit, who am I going to fuck tonight? Have you ever had sex, woman, and your phone rings and you're like, oh my God, if it's good, you don't want to pick the phone up, right? You don't want nothing to disturb anything, right? But if the shit is garbage, you pick up the phone. What man do you think is going to get on top of some good old sex, get his dick sucked, get some good pussy, kissing, and get in the bathroom, clean up, and say, I'm going to go make a video and then knock these sisters down? That's a nigga that don't get no ass. When you watching porn and you beating off and you can't deliver that fantasy, and I mean delivering it to the point, you have a fantasy. You can't even deliver the fantasy to yourself. That's misery. So you're going to get on the internet and be dragging sisters. That's understandable. I accepted him. You know what I mean? I haven't accepted you because this weird shit. So I'm warning you right now, when you talk to me on my WhatsApp, that is a privilege because I don't put my number on the internet. When you have the connection with me to have my phone number, okay, you gotta be consistent. Because once you start doing that goofy, crazy shit, I'm gonna treat you the same way because you're gonna turn me off because somebody's gonna move in your space. They're going to be able to talk to me about everything because they're consistent. If there's no consistency, you're never going to learn here at this class. You might as well just go back to college and get another fucking master's. Keep doing what you're good at, but you're not good here. Okay, this is the school of hard knocks. Once you come out here certified, you're going to be unstoppable. Male or female. Those males that learn. But when I don't see if I don't see any type of mode of you improving, I got to throw you out of here, and I will. Because you're not learning. You just want to listen to deal with that piece of garbage. See, the non-black woman doesn't get on the internet and complain about the black man. Never does. She doesn't complain. And even her complaints is a whole different level because she got 4 rich niggas. Niggas buying her cars, houses. You out here busting your ass, and at the end of the day, who you think that's gonna be? You gonna get a man that has more, the equal or more? No. Because he's not gonna give you shit. That's what you're gonna end up with. You're gonna end up with a man that don't have any fucking thing. And now you gotta build him up. Good luck on that. See, that non-black woman, even in her, let me tell you how deep it is. A non-black woman could be Muslim. Arab Muslim. Her husband got 10 wives and she's still driving motherfucking Bentleys and Rolls Royces. How do you explain that? You credit yourself from doing what you got to do on your own. Well, most of you are going to have no choice. Because as long as you keep listening to him, you're going to remain single. So you got to do it on your own. You don't know what it is for a man to buy you a high-priced gift like that, take you shopping and blow $100,000. They don't have time to talk about the black man because the black man that they get, they can replace him in 2 seconds. You fall in love and fuck the game all up with an internet nigga, not an internet gangster, an internet black man. You listen to him. He voted for Trump. Have you seen Trump putting these niggas in them? They kicking niggas out of the motherfucking damn administration. Where's the niggas at the Trump administration? Where they at? He knows how to pull you in with his ignorance because he says something, you pay him any mind. When I see him and he's in the street and he got his radio up and he hits the car fast and because he wants to, I don't even turn my fucking head on him. As a matter of fact, when I get in the car, he's looking, I make a U-turn. I go the other way. When he races, I fucking drive slower. This is all the time. You give him a chance. You look at other races and how they deal with their women. Yeah, but them women get a house and they ain't got to pay for it. He pays for it. You go get a 3-4 bedroom house with no fucking boyfriend or goddamn man. That's crazy. For what? How is Cher in her late 70s still fucking niggas that you desire? You're not learning because he's your teacher. He's a stupid motherfucker. So when you listen to dumb motherfuckers, you got to realize now you're retrieving all that information. And you're going, this man said, don't pay him no mind. He got fucked over. What's the guy that played Biggie Smalls in the movie? He talk about, oh, they just treat you, they more feminine. Don't listen to that loser. Believe me when I tell you, he probably fucked nothing but non-black women. They all fucking cheat on him. See, the non-black women is like that. They love me because they know I know them. I strengthen them. I pump them up. If I could pump you up with goodness, imagine what I could do with them. And he want them. That's easy. You got to think of the concept of education. This is not entertainment. I'm not here for entertainment purposes only. This is education. We have different categories as creators where we connect. Mine says education. YouTube knows what I do. We don't do comedy. We don't do how-tos, and I don't do none of that. You understand? I'm not going to teach you how to get the greatest man in the world and sell you all that bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now what you need to do. Even if you dated black brothers and you listen to non-black ones, you be good. You can't listen to him. He's too fucking dumb. He doesn't have what it takes. That's why he can't even fucking stay in the White House. He can't run shit. There's a handful of smart black Negroes. Most of these niggas is retarded. And you're listening to them. So with all that, you going to school and you accomplish this and you got a good job. I don't care if you're driving a bus. You listen to that fucking black male on the internet. You do. You listen to him. You listen to that stinkfoot motherfucker. All right. Now, they may say, well, he's dissing black men. No, I'm dissing them. It's a big difference. Official niggas know they ain't taking none of this shit any hard because they can't even comment. They're listening in the clouds because men that get it do not expose themselves. Never forget that. They may sneak around. They may fuck a few women here and there all over the goddamn city, all over the United States. But trust me when I tell you, he's not going to make a video. He can't. So you're never going to learn from none of these motherfuckers because they don't have the ability that I can. If this nigga got 5 different girlfriends, he cannot get on the internet and do videos and tell you how to meet women. I mean, men, he can't. If he has all the time in the world, he could drag and do every fucking thing. He could even tell you how to get a boyfriend because he has the time. Men that get women do not put themselves on social media. They don't do it. They barely like a motherfucker taking a picture of them. You go to a damn exclusive club and a nigga be with a girl, walk around there with a camera and ask that nigga to take a picture and watch what he says. He says no. He'll turn his fucking head because that nigga know he got 4 wives at home. That's the guy that could teach you game. A nigga that gets pussy is the only nigga that know game. You ain't getting no ass, you don't know shit. You look at it different because as a woman, you're like, well, we get dick. It's different. You can fuck anybody you want. He can't do that. That's a privilege. Okay? Pussy's more of a privilege than money. It's hard to get women. A nigga gotta make money to get women. In most cases. And even then he still don't get it. You understand? You can't be no broke nigga and get tons of women unless you got an extraordinary mouthpiece. Once again, he doesn't have the time to drag anybody. He's getting it. You know the level of a door knock? Do you think right now if this door knocked and it was a half-naked motherfucker that's like, I'm going to be over there in 10 minutes and I'm doing a live stream, and if she knock on that door, you think I'm going to sit here and do the live for 2 more hours? I can't even do that. So how does he have the time if he's all this, that, and the third? What happens when they knock that door, she's in there naked with her panties and bra, and you open the fucking door? You think he can't even function? That's the power that you have. So how does he have the time to focus and still tell you what black women need to do? That shit is so dated. If they turned off the internet right now, this nigga would kill himself. You gotta think about that. This is all he has. When his Wi-Fi goes, he's worse than his kids. When my daughter, if my Wi-Fi is off and we get out of zone because she took the iPad out the house, and her iPad doesn't have the shit that could be in the street, that doesn't have the hotspot, she goes crazy. That's just nature, right? Imagine him. Oh, I was listening to this guy. I don't care who he is. There's no way. Pussy makes you appreciate women. You don't go fuck a white woman and she let you destroy her, and then you go back to her sister like, fuck sisters, I'm done. That first of all, any man that would be that weak to even leave his wife or his girlfriend because he has some new pussy on the side, only a weak nigga gonna do that. That's the same nigga that would walk away from his family. Why would you listen to him? He's worthless. And you become worthless when you listen to him. He can't even tell you how to dress. He tells you to be feminine. You know what a feminine black male looks like? You don't want to dress like a feminine black male. You don't want to look like that. But he tells you because he doesn't even know how to dress you. But when you come from Latin America with no sense of direction, now he wants to take her on a shopping spree to Lorraine Bryant or some cheap fucking store. He wants to go there because she don't know any better. He will not come to that Latin-raised American woman. He will not. He can't come to that bad white chick because she's on her A game on her dick shit. He can't come there with that. So you're getting little dick energy from these niggas. Because niggas that's doing it and rolling don't have the time to drag a woman. They could only upgrade her. When you hear a man that's telling you, yo, you know what you got to do? Just do this. Trust me, you'll be good. He's telling you this because he's living that life, or he lived that life. Because now he's sharing. You understand? When you happy, you share. If a nigga been getting pussy all his life, he gonna give back to the community. That's just what you do. He gonna embrace his community because he did his and did that. It's a Friday night. It's 10:14 in the night right now. Single man. If a man is single right now, most men do not have the privilege of having a woman knock on the door when he wants them to. How about that? Even if he offered her an Uber, he can't get out of the fucking house. He can't get out of the house. That's another privilege. If a nigga could call you and say, if any of these brothers sit there and talk, I'm like, nigga, if I come to Texas right now, nigga, I want to know, line something up for the whole weekend. He gonna say, if he official, he gonna say less. He ain't gonna say we could go to this spot. No, nigga, all he gotta do is make a phone call. Fuck going to a spot, nigga. Official nigga gonna be like, nigga, say less. When you touch down, nigga, let me back that up. Pause. And he gonna do it. But if he ain't about that motherfucking life, he will not produce. And that's the guy you're listening to. You're listening to him. Okay? You're listening to him. If black men wanted to look at any man and look up, they need to start saying, how can I become a porn star? If anything. You can't look at that and it's an upgrade for you because you don't got to be a porn star to make a nigga feel good in the bedroom. You don't have to. You don't have to become an adult film star. His level of certification, he could back that up and be like, yo, I'm a porn fucking star. You show me a porn star right now, a black male porn star that tells me they got a channel and say black women need to be accountable. No such thing. Because to him, all pussy is the same. When a nigga's a freak, my man Buck, I know one of my main bros is a lifestyle dude. I said, who's the biggest freak? He said, nobody. Everybody that does this is a freak. They don't see color. Because if you're part of the lifestyle, white or black, it's the same shit. He can't identify. I'm not in the lifestyle, so I can identify on the street. In the lifestyle movement, and they be going to them clubs and having group sex and all that, everybody's a freak. There's no such thing as a black woman that need this and this one don't suck this. All of them do the same thing. See the difference? He can school me on that lifestyle because I'm not part of it, but I can school him on the street and say, well, the white woman is this one is that. Black man can't school no Colombian woman up here. They too high maintenance. What he gonna do? Outdo a Colombian man? Now he got to outdo the white man because, see, the Latin woman, this is the thing. She doesn't see the black man unless he's a fucking celebrity. Number one, he got to be filthy rich and famous because Latin women love fame. They love the camera. Okay, if he's a stockbroker, it means nothing. He better be a player and he better have the lifestyle of a drug dealer. They like to gleam. But the difference with them is they levels is different. Black women, when you see a nigga on some drug shit, you got Rick Ross, you got dingy ass fucking Big Meat, you got typical bum black motherfuckers, right? These Colombians got fucking warlords and goddamn cartels. It's a whole different level. They money's different. So when a little neighborhood drug dealer that you look upon as a cartel, and then when you really see a cartel, it's a whole different level. How is it that Mexicans are the biggest cartels in the world? And every time we see a Mexican, they picking up cans or fucking cutting oranges at the traffic light or putting up sheetrock. You got to think of the level. So how is he going to impress a first of all, how is he going to impress a Mexican woman in the United States of America? She's not going to be impressed. Her working class man on a regular level is bigger than him. You are easy to impress because you're black. Because your black man doesn't get to very high levels. And then when he does get there, he fucking fucks up. But their man on a regular basis is doing that. If a man comes to me and says, Nate, where are all the Latin women in America? That's a poor question. That's like asking me, where's all the pussy in America? That's disturbing. That means he doesn't know. That's why he flies over there and buys a prostitute. It's not the same when she hits the soil. So he has to fly over there and live in a fantasy world. Believe me, I don't care if he fucked 100 girls in a week. He got to get back on that plane and come back here to reality. Can't do it here. He can't. He can't get a woman on the airplane. He can't scoop a woman on a fucking bus. And she's riding the bus. This nigga's in a motherfucking Mercedes at the light. He can't even get the bus. The woman, she's waiting. He can't even get her. The minute he beeps her horn, she turns her fucking head. In America, she will turn her head. Okay? Over there, she says, how much? Sucky, sucky. You understand? Over here, he's at the light coming from work with his suit and tie, no swag whatsoever, but fucking he got it. He says hello to her, she turns her head and gets on the bus. You got to think about that. So the more and more you listen to him, you're listening to a lie. He's not about any of that in his life. Nothing. Well, what about Kevin Samuels? Kevin Samuels was smart. That's all that benefited from there. There's no man or woman that benefited from Kevin Samuels. No man or woman. The only person that benefited from Kevin Samuels was Kevin Samuels, because he's the one that became a millionaire from that shit. Ain't like niggas learned from them. Now look at our politics. It's ran but a billionaires boy club. Now these niggas is billionaires. Kevin Samuels was a millionaire. They couldn't even keep up with him. You think they're gonna keep up with Elon and Trump and all these niggas? No. What black billionaires do you see running with them niggas? Who? Show me one black billionaire that's running in the Trump administration. One. No one. Because they don't even see him to be as smart. Yeah, they like the sample. Hey, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, y'all get on stage and boom, 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 and the boom, 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 and the zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, and that's what he sees it as. He'll go see him at the Super Bowl, shit like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he doesn't respect his mindset. Because he doesn't respect this woman. He's the only one that gets on the internet and do that. You don't see white guys saying their women are whores and sluts, and unless he's a failure. You don't see Latin men out here like, oh, their women are all hoes and sluts. And only them. They're the only ones that do that, and you listen to them. Nobody else listens to them but you. She said the only one that could hang and marry to a white blow-up doll looking for... I mean, listen, Shaq, think about it like this. And this is not even a diss. It's facts. Like, who cares what he thinks? You don't tell him. Just ignore him. That's all. When he sees you, he's talking loud because you may be waiting for the train, and he's talking loud and elevating his voice to impress you. Just ignore him. That's all. Don't pay him no fucking mind. Put your earphones on and turn that bitch up. Keep one ear off just to make sure he don't make a false move, and that's just that. Because he's doing it for you. So why would you fuck up and says, well, I had to overhear? No, don't get involved. You understand? To you, he's just king. To the non-black woman, it's a slave. Even if they're using him for his dick, he's still a slave. Even if they're using him for his BBC, he's still a slave. He ain't offended by them using him for the dick. You know what I mean? But he's not offended by it, but you know what I mean? They use him for that. On average, the black men that you are listening to on the internet, social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It's all bullshit. All of it. Nothing is official. I don't give a fuck if that nigga's telling you what not to eat. Oh, eat right, do this. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Yeah, that's the problem. And I really want to get to the bottom of this because you're not elevating. You're not coming to me telling me, Nate, you know, this week I did this month I did this, the last 4 months I've been on this. You understand? So now we got to challenge your looks. Why is the black woman, not that she's not feminine, because that's what he uses, that's his word, but how come she ain't rapping the way she's supposed to? We just did a video yesterday and talked about how come the Southern Belle is becoming extinct. And now they're transferring over to be sluts and whores. Why? Because of him. Your passion is so deep that you will do anything that he desires, and he don't even be desiring you. He got a problem with your complexion. He got a problem with your weight. He got a problem when you open your mouth. But if that's the case, then why? Why do all that? Oh, Robert F. Smith is part of his thing? Well, that's a real billionaire. I'm not surprised at that. Jay-Z ain't part of that shit. I think Elon Musk just dragged Jay-Z. He just blew him up and said, Beyonce, that nigga's buying tickets for Beyonce. That nigga invested like 30, 40 million just for her album to sell. He just shit on him yesterday. Look it up in the news. The reason why they don't respect him. Robert Smith is a whole different level of a billionaire. That nigga ain't worth no $2 billion like Jay-Z. This nigga's worth like 40, 50 billion. That's a whole different level of a nigga. But he married to a white woman. You're not going to see no billionaire running with Trump and Elon Musk and that nigga got a sister with him. Not no black man. No, sir. Because that would be too powerful. Robert F. Smith has a white woman, a white whore at that. She used to be a Playboy bunny. You understand? So you got to think on the level of, thank you for sharing that, by the way. You got to think on the level of how official are you? You this type of woman, you that type of woman. How you that type of woman when you listen to that shit, or then you argue with them? You know how many times I took my earphones off and said, "Oh, get the fuck out of here, man, this fucking bum." And I just balance them out. And that's it. They could see from the expression, from my expression, that I would never give you the privilege. It's painful to see sisters that are not going all the way. A lot of y'all don't even know how to dress anymore. Because he told you feminine, you forgot about classy. Because you're listening to him. See, before the internet, y'all had your own thing going on. You know that? You started listening to him. You listen to him, and he matters. And the more and more he disengages his stupidity into you, the more and more you receive it. And then you just become as stupid as him. Now again, concentrate on the real man. The man that's actually giving you game to do better. Not cooking, clean, and all that bullshit. I'm talking about to enhance what you got naturally. You ain't got to do much. Oh, he said I should do this. No, you do not. Don't do that. You got a pussy. It's different. Okay? All right? You got to look at things a lot different. You don't have to do what he says because he can't even represent what he does. Or going all the way mean? Like, in other words, basically like this, right? If you know the image to what is the image to a black man when it comes to a black woman? A simple question, right? What is the image, right? If you are a black woman, what is impressive to the average black male for you to step outside without looking like a hoe? what will get any man's attention, and I guarantee you will not be able to break that down because he can't tell you that. He doesn't know how to dress. So if you could go all the way and know the epitome of a Southern belle / sexy / classy woman, you don't need his opinion. He's going to accept it because it's going to be exhilarating, it's going to be electric, it's going to be all the above. Because you know as your woman, see, when you listen to him, you're not embracing your womanhood. You're embracing his male femininity. You know what I mean? To us, that's just a down low nigga. We don't fuck with him. He's a weasel. But you listen to him. You listen to that down low nigga. You know, he can't get no pussy, so he fucks man. Oh, he could get pussy, but he fucks man, and he can't be honest because he know he's gay and he doing gay shit. You know, he's a little angry because he ain't living in his truth. Then you got the gay man that wants to be a woman, but he can't be a woman because he's not a woman, but he wants to be a woman, so he has to become feminine. He got a lot to say too. You listen to him. You don't realize when that white woman come to you and say, boy, girl, you work in that damn shoes. You got beautiful skin. It matters when she says it more than him. Because that's woman to woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to know that. I know what a woman likes. I know what to wear where it's going to work anywhere. I don't give a fuck if it's work clothes. He doesn't know. He makes an excuse. Man, shit, I was about to approach this woman, but I was at work. I had my work clothes. It's an excuse for every failure makes an excuse. Never forget that. Watch 600 pounds of all them fat motherfuckers that's on the show, and the doctor says, listen, I gave you a diet 3 months ago. You didn't lose any weight. Listen to the excuses of a failure. No man should be single in America. No man. There's more women than men. No man should be single. There's enough women for a man to have 10 girlfriends apiece. How the fuck is he single? Who has the time if you got 10 girlfriends to get on the internet and drag sisters? Who's gonna sit in their car and you just got off on your chick, you dropped her off, you seen her go home, you fucked her all night, and you gonna get in the car and make, man, these sisters need to get it together? No, it doesn't. That's not gonna happen. It's not. Thank you, Hassan. I appreciate that. Right. Shout out to Hassan, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much for that super chat. It's a good question. To be honest, I don't know. I get attention from different looks. Right. Y'all don't know. That's not a good. If you're getting attention from a man because you know you got a little cute ass on you, that's a terrible answer. You know, when a woman embraces her womanhood, is to embrace being a lady. You don't need a man to show you how to be. He can guide you like I can guide you, but he can't show you when he's telling you to be feminine. That's crazy. He's supposed to guide you on what you got. Listen, embrace your womanhood. You understand? Embrace it too, because once you embrace your womanhood, you're gonna see the essences of a woman, of a lady. He just has to push you to go in that direction. He can't tell you to be feminine because that's for a man. A man could tell. If I told a man, yo, you need to be feminine, he's going to put on some lipstick. He's going to talk a certain way. You know what I mean? He may snap his fingers. He's going to walk like a girl. I mean, you understand? So when a woman walks down the aisle, I mean down the not the red carpet, the modeling, whatever that shit is, the runway, she's going to work it like a woman. But when a man has to walk down and look like a woman, he has to become feminine. See the difference? In order for him to walk like a woman, he has to be feminine. You walk like a woman, you're walking like a model. You're walking like a lady. You're walking like all the above, but you can't be feminine because you're already a woman. You see what I mean? It's different. So he doesn't even know the difference. That's why the gay male that gives feminine energy, they fuck a lot of straight niggas, right? Or ask any feminine gay male how many niggas he be fucking on a down low. Listen to what they tell you. That's what you listen to them. When you see the most feminine man, ask them, how many men do you attract? And watch what they tell you, because he has feminine energy. He's not a woman. And when you deliver that by embracing your womanhood, forget it, you're going to be unstoppable. He doesn't see that often. So that's why the gay man starts to embrace feminine qualities, and that's why these niggas be fucking these niggas. He does all that extra shit that you're not doing now because you got lazy, because the nigga just fucked your whole morale up and told you wasn't shit because you fat and dark. So you come outside with slippers on in the wintertime with pajama pants and probably going to fucking class looking like that. Because of him. Your energy determines because of who you listen to. See the difference? You're not in your true level as a lady and your femininity to him because you listen to him. You listen to that feminine Negro. He can't give you points on becoming a woman. He's supposed to just show you how, point you in the direction to embrace your womanhood. That's it. Because everything is gonna go off there. It's like a wash. It's like a dryer that dries clothes. That's the job. So you jump into this dryer, and that's where your womanhood is. Like everything is just gonna fall into place there. You know what I mean? When a woman is classy and sexy, she's embracing her womanhood. If a woman is masculine, she's not embracing her, but she's fighting her womanhood. See the difference? Because she's trying to be a man. Okay? Okay, no man should be single. Nah, she shouldn't be single. It's listen, I'm a married man. I struggle I struggle with that. Because women are everywhere you go. No matter where I go, if I go to a supermarket around the United States that's open now, there's going to be a pretty motherfucker in there. Guaranteed. You tell me where you live, and I'll tell you right now, I bet you one of the cashiers going to be cute. Somebody walking in the store, somebody going to be cute within seconds. You go to the hospital right now, in the emergency room, you're going to see fine fucking nurses. You get picked up in an ambulance, you're going to have a nice looking motherfucking damn ambulance driver, a paramedic picking you up. It's everywhere. And that's frustrating. Now, should a man be frustrated? Yeah, when you can't meet a woman, you can't seal a deal, that's frustrating. That makes you hate people. You know what I mean? It'll make you hate people. Shout out to Jay, I appreciate you. Andrea says, my twin girls were so manly babies' daddies because their girlfriends are lazy. When you see women loud and ghetto and ratchet, that got nothing to do with them. It's the energy of that fucking man that's around them. For any ratchet woman you see, look at the niggas that they fuck with. You see a woman that's into herself and she don't fall in none of that shit, it tells you a lot about the man that she listens to. A woman can't help that. Like, yeah, we get it. It's in your nature, black, white, or whatever. You are judged by the man that you attract. So if you don't listen to that bozo nigga, it's going to be a different level of you when you step out into the streets. He can tell. The ratchetest woman, loud, pink hair, a bonnet on her head, all the above, it all comes from the man that's in her circle. That's why she's like that. She's a representation of that. You gonna look at, oh yeah, the bum bitch, because he gonna call a bum bitch loud. That's why nobody gonna want your ass, and you know your daddy left you. Yeah, my point exactly. That's what he feels. You could look at a woman and tell what kind of man she attract. So she ain't giving a full throttle of who she is. That's the type of nigga she fuck with. She fuck with unofficial niggas. Some of y'all still 40, 50 years old, still driving through the hood to see the young boys. Come on. and you fuck a few of these niggas on a Friday, Saturday night, I mean, where you think you going with that? Now that nigga want to use you because he know how to make you come, and now he use your car. He go take the next bitch in there and crash your shit up. And it's like, well, bitch, why you letting your fucking kid, you letting niggas your son's age drive your car anyway? So all that shit that you doing that you think makes a woman because you got a good job and a good career and a nice place, yeah, but why they ain't no official nigga in the house then? Explain that. Why you single? Because you listen to that shithole. That's why. You listen to him. Because if it's impossible for him to be single, then how the fuck you single? Well, Nate, you know it's hard out here. Yeah, it's hard out here because you keep listening to that fucking shithole. The Arab chicks don't get involved with none of that bullshit. They get with their, matter of fact, their families pick out who they're gonna marry. You're loyal to your race, but your race is dirt. You don't rep your race no, black men are not passionate about their race like a black woman is. You're passionate about your race. We are not. We're not. We're not because we date non-black women. You understand? Even listen, I got a gay woman here, Andrea. Even the most masculine woman with a beard and mustache and got all her testosterone shots and all that, whatever the other shit's called, all of that, if she embraced her, if she sits down and pisses in the toilet, she embracing her womanhood. That's it. If a woman turn out to be manly, cut her titties off, made her ass flat, try to look like a dude, and she has a period and puts a maxi pad down there or a tampon, she's embracing her womanhood. That's your nature. Because men don't do that. If a man acts like a bitch and goes and tell and, he leaves his job and shoots everybody up in there, you know what I mean? That's feminine. We expect a woman to do that. Emotional. You understand? It's not being emotional. Nothing wrong with a man being emotional. It's controlling your emotions. That's what makes a man is controlling it. You understand? He tells you what a man is, 6 figure. No, it's not. Most of these niggas that got money is freaks. Look at Diddy. These niggas love dildos and getting their asses licked. That ain't nothing to do with a man. A real man is not going to let you lick his ass. It's not happening. A male would do that, but a real man, a real nigga is not going to have you lick his asshole because that's feminine. If a man eats you out, okay, and you sitting there moaning and groaning, you're in your womanhood. You're in your true level of your femininity, he calls it, okay, because you have a pussy. But if a nigga's going to sit there, if you let a man lick your ass, that if anything, that's feminine. Because that's what he does to another man. You understand? You ain't getting no sensation of getting your ass licked. You don't have a motherfucking prostate. But if he licks the pussy, you're going to respond completely different. Ask a lesbian woman what I'm talking about. She ain't going to eat no woman's ass. She going to eat the pussy because she knows how to do it. Okay, so she's going to embrace her womanhood. Very true. My father was a major influence in my life, and even stepdad when my mom remarried, the standards were high. Completely different. Because a man's going to tell you this shit that y'all don't got to do, but you listen to that fucking grease monkey. You can't, you said never listen to nothing on the internet. No, not everything. I can't say that. Then I would say not listen to me. You got to know the difference. You got to know the difference to the type of man, right? Think about it like this. I don't know any men like me that does this. But I know plenty of men that do the opposite. See where I'm coming from? So that's already a landslide. You know, there's some shit that you could learn on the internet. You could learn a lot of things on the internet, but you got to pick and choose what it is. You know? You can't just go to TikTok and just because somebody told you not to drink some water on the shelf that it's real. That's bullshit. You got to read up on stuff, study stuff, and then see if there's any truth to that. Don't just send me a little thing and say, oh, I heard this and that, because then you become an internet junkie. You know what I mean? But if you're smart and you're a person that reads a lot and your education is watching people and learning, you don't need the internet for that. You understand? You don't need that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As much as I want, yeah. Don't listen to him. He's worthless. Trust me when I tell you, he's a big piece of shit. You know what I mean? Niggas that get pussy don't got time to be dragging a woman. Okay? Especially in the United States. Not prostitutes, men that get women naturally. He has no time to drag a woman. It doesn't even cross his mind. You know? The more woman he got, the less time he got. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So KS didn't tell you no truth. That KS was a scam. KS knew niggas is weak. Listen to this. KS was trying to teach men to dress. That shit went nowhere. It was boring. It was slow. Like my channel. It was slow, right? It wasn't getting no friction. So he had to turn it up. And what other better way to turn it up? Dragging a sister. Now, I'm not saying this nigga wasn't getting no pussy. He died in pussy. But the difference with Kevin Samuels is he took his dressing ability and incorporated it into his format, which was brilliant. So you gotta remember, Kevin Samuels made a fortune from this shit. So that's why I credit him. He knew niggas is stupid. He played upon the stupid men and the women that followed him. That's what made him successful, because a lot of sisters followed them niggas. You know what I mean? He know niggas was dumb, so he just kicked a whole bunch of shit. That's why he was going off the end so much. Because he knew it when people fucking praised him. Niggas was putting tattoos. These niggas... Oh, everybody, Kevin Samuels gay. It's not the fact that he was gay or not. Who cares? Think of the men that follow this nigga. You got to think about that part. You know what I mean? Niggas that followed him when he was at his top of his game and called him the Godfather and a father and tattooing his fucking face on their neck. Like, the travesty, man. You know what I mean? So, he's dead, though. But at least he showed how much, you know what I mean? There's a lot of energy in this game, man, to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is that niggas is hurting and women are gonna listen to them. Women are listening to the wounded. You ain't even listening to no real niggas. Kevin Samuels didn't believe none of that shit he talked about. He just knew that it was a good gimmick. Jay said, real masculine men I know don't speak negatively about. No, it's not that you know masculine men. You know real men. Well, you said real masculine. Real men. You can't be real masculine. That's like calling a woman feminine. You know, I don't want you to understand. Only a woman could be masculine. Only a man could be feminine. So when you say real, you got to say real men. So real men... You say that speak negatively. They don't speak because they're real men. Real men ain't gonna do that. Only that feminine male's gonna do that because he's a pussy. That's why, because he's hurting. And even the men that are good-looking dudes, they get fucked over from that non-black woman. They don't drag her. Yeah, they don't drag her. They only drag the sister because the sister's more vulnerable. The best target is a black woman. She's the best target because she lives in her feelings. What he says means something to her. That's why. Black women are easy. They're easy to impress. They're easy to impress. A nigga ain't got to spend money on a black woman when he's showing all that gleam. You know, but that non-black woman, you got to share that shit with her. Once you show it to her, that's it. Because now she's going to be like, listen, Poppy, we had a good time at the club, but I need to go shopping today. She going to get a piece of that shit. And he going to deliver. Because now she's testing his manhood. See, when a woman tests your manhood, you got to deliver. But when a sister tests the black man manhood, now you ain't nothing but a black skank. See the difference? That non-black bitch, he delivers to her. He go tell her, yo, black women stink, they pussy stink, their heads is nappy. And that's why she doesn't respect you. She admires you, but she doesn't respect you. Why? Because of him. He's the one fucking telling her that. If anything, you know what I mean? If you ever see a non-black woman, oh, they be on some racist shit because of that black, she probably dated a whole bunch of brothers that fucking fetishized her. That's why she's like that. She admires you. But her nature is to admire you. They know black women are supreme, but they get confused when their own black men is saying they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay. Jay Love says, I know this man that always tell they're going to get money, become rich before they even approached him. Yes, because they can't approach him with no coins. They ain't playing that shit. I'll take a nigga right now. I'll bet a nigga $30,000. I'll bring him to this Thai ship tomorrow. And I guarantee he try to talk to that girl behind that counter with that big old fat natural ass, he's not going to get nowhere. Because number one, her mindset is this. I'm driving a fucking 25 Hummer. What am I going to deal with some black fucking shithole? He ain't Chris Brown. That's her, you know what I mean? She's in America now. She don't need him. See, a sister, y'all get impressed by that shit. Oh, I met this guy. He's got a good job. He's got his head screwed on right. So then why he's single for? Well, he say he's dating. No, he's probably married. Because you believe anything, sisters. You know what I mean? The Latin woman don't give a fuck if he's married or not. But I tell you one thing, you're going to pay to be with me. Because we're not in fucking Colombia, nigga. You ain't fucking, you fucking me is going to cost you a fucking few goddamn bands. You fucking with your feelings. Oh, he took me there, he's spending time. Now you give him some pussy. With your emotion. Terrible mix. She doesn't do all that. She may express her emotions. He may think, oh, wow, she's moaning and growing. Yeah, she's moaning and growing. It's all an act. At the end of the fucking day, she don't get caught up in her shit. She's too much in demand. Even by her own man. So you think she's going to take a chance and fuck her whole money stream up to go get with some damn desperate gorilla? No, she's not. Now, she's attracted to a black man because he's just a ladies' man. That's different. That's a whole different caliber of a nigga. She'll take that Hummer and meet that nigga at the telly and fuck him because he's a ladies' man. You know what I mean? And he ain't got to pay. But on average, he's going to have to fucking pay some serious fucking time and money. That's why he does it. That's why you don't see none of these men, yo, this man Colombian that be over here in Rhode Island and Connecticut. He never tells you not one location in America, not even fucking South Beach with all them Cubans and all them fucking Colombians and that with them big fat asses. Why he not over there? Why? Because he can't get it. Black women are expected to be happy with, yeah, y'all happy, y'all easy. Netflix and chill. You fuck Netflix, Tubi. You could give a sister Tubi, and she's good for the night. She's good for that. Oh, he spent time. We talked about great things. She didn't realize it was all for pussy. Non-black women, she's a heartbreaker. Because she don't need him. And he gets intrigued by that. If he's able to encounter her. Only a privileged man is able to get these women on a regular basis. There ain't too many niggas that can do that, number one. So let's get that off the rip. And if it's not, want somebody challenging me now on this live stream. All right? Let them come to Jersey. Let them come to Union, nigga, Kearney. You know, you want Brazilian, I'll bring you to Kearney. You want fucking Colombian, nigga, we'll go up in motherfucking North Jersey. We'll go to Union, okay? You want a high-class, non-black woman that lives near Ice-T and his wife? We could go to Edgewater. You name it. You want a billionaire or millionaire woman? We'll go up to motherfucking goddamn Higher Bergen County, the Saddle River, where Mary J. Blige's house was at. Or maybe we'll go to Alpine, New Jersey and get a bad white bitch that lives next to fucking damn Chris Rock. You name it. Where's he at? He ain't doing none of this shit. What's happening? Okay? Talk is cheap. It's cheap to talk. Ask this sister, damn man, I didn't realize that. Black women are the cheapest dates on earth. Cause a nigga take you on a date, flex a couple of dollars, and I'll let this nigga spend money. That non-black woman got a whole different plan. She just taking a nigga to dinner. She just going to dinner with the nigga because she got to see how she gonna get more. She doesn't get caught up with that shit. She gonna lay some pussy on that nigga and then have this motherfucker probably put about 50 bands in it. So the broke nigga saying it won't be me, my point exactly. His money ain't long enough. If a black man wants to experience putting out less money and being with a rich woman, he gotta go in the shared direction. And that's available too. There's a lot of non-black women that would love a black man on that level. But once again, is he willing to be with a woman in his 70s or 80s? Or even the 60s? He don't even know how to get to. How the fuck does he get to her? What does he meet her on? A damn website or a dating app? He doesn't know. He can't approach a woman. How can he approach? He doesn't know how to talk. You see, I know black men who personally went to Costa Rica and tried to turn a prostitute into, they all do that. All of them. He don't know a Costa Rican woman is right here in New York City, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Philly. You know, North America alone is crazy. He doesn't know. That stupid fuck will take a plane and go across the water instead of driving a car to connect to Canada. Okay? He doesn't know his resources. Yeah, you know, you got to remember, like when he has a baby with you, a non-black woman, you just want him to take care of his kid. I just want not that non-black woman. That non-black woman wants the whole fucking fortune. She don't play. She gonna clean his ass out. You have a baby with me, motherfucker, I'm gonna get you. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna tell everybody. She deals with him different. You give him leniency. All the time. No, sisters never take brothers to the cleaners. These niggas be complaining about, my damn child support. Meanwhile, you got Nick Cannon talking about this nigga spending $18,000 a month on one woman. 18,000. No, Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans is complaining about spending $18,000 a month to one of his baby's mothers. 18, and she probably got a bag because she got two more other rich niggas that's spending that. That's almost $20,000 a month in child support. You know what you could do with 20 bands a month off of a nigga? We all know the baby don't need that, but that lifestyle needs it. She goes for the gusto. You just want the nigga to raise his kids. Just spend time, do this. Now black women is like, we got the fucking we don't even need you, nigga. I'll get another nigga to do that. She knows she could get listen, this is the difference. Listen, let me put you on some real game. A black woman knows when she got multiple kids, forget it. She gonna have a problem in the dating pool because that black man told her that. Nobody gonna want you. You got kids, right? Non-black woman, she don't give a fuck if the baby's black baby father leave, because not only she don't give a fuck if he leaves, she knows she could get another black man to take care of all the fucking kids. That's the difference. She confidently knows that. She has a different, that's why y'all gotta connect with non-black women, because y'all could teach each other. She abuses him. Believe me, Tiger Woods and all of them, you think they wives play games with these niggas when they get a divorce? Are you kidding me? You think that nigga Kobe Bryant, when he had that rape charge and she was gonna leave him, he's like, Vanessa, don't fucking leave me. All right, whatever her name is. Don't leave me. Vanessa Bryant, right? Don't leave me, because he knows not only can I not live without you, he don't want nobody else fucking her. He's not going to be able to do it because she knows there's a million niggas. I'll go get Michael Jordan, nigga. She probably told them that. I'll go get your fucking goddamn mentor and he will take care of all of you. Raise your fucking kids. She knows she got that power. That baby shit don't work on her. She could have, listen, non-black women, when they know that black man's up their ass, listen, you know, Twitch, you think Twitch, oh, Twitch is dead, so her mother's going to suffer? No, she's white. She'll be fine. She's going to get a black man and he's going to raise them fucking kids. Not for you, though. Because he tells you that. Well, you know, I got 2 kids. You're not even confident about having multiple kids because of that shithole. You could tell when a woman listens to a shithole from my energy, okay? I don't care if she's a YouTube creator. She'll talk all this positive shit. I said she been hurt. You could tell. Well, I'm just trying to embrace women and show them the way that because she listens to that shithole. That's why she made a channel like that. It's depressing. Giving tips on how women should be with men. If that woman is not sitting on the side with her man, you can forget it. You should never listen to a woman about energy on aspiring to be the best. You gotta, unless she's there with her fucking husband and they side by side where you got the both of them talking, don't even listen to her. Cause she probably was listening to that shithole. You gotta put this in your head. You love him, but you know he's a piece of fucking shit. That's all. Think how the non-black woman knows. She loves black men, but she knows they garbage. They know they niggas. So she gonna, what other way can a non-black woman take advantage of a black one knowing he's a nigga too? And she will remind him, God forbid he puts his hands on her. You put your fucking hand on me, and some of them are killing these niggas. They ain't playing. Non-black women know that they are privileged. He's privileged to be with them. They know when that cop pulls him over, she knows she gonna do the talking. When Michael Jordan got pulled over that night, he had the white girl in the passenger seat. He know that she knows she privileged. They ain't gonna give her a hard time. They're gonna give him a hard time. Why are you on the fucking railroad with this Lamborghini? He knew he had no chance. He had a better chance if he had a sister in the passenger seat, but it flip-flops because now the white cop comes there. He gonna see you with this $350,000 SUV with a white bitch in the passenger seat talking about Michael Jordan's my father. That fucked him up. He should have never said nothing because it didn't matter. It would have been better if they didn't know that was Michael Jordan's son. They would have never made it to the news. He said all that to make those black women lower their standards to settle for. Black women always lower their standards. Y'all lower your standards more to black men than the only time y'all higher your standards is when he fuck you over. And even then you lower them back again. You have them high for a week or two and it comes right back down because you listen to him. I want you to feel this when you're thinking like that, damn, you know. Think how he feels at night when he knows, damn, I'm a real fucking loser. You know what I mean? Because he's dealing with him. So what do you feel like when you're dealing with him? Y'all fucking the game all up because you listen to him. That's why the black family is fucked up. You listen to him. He don't know what he doing. You got to show him how to be a real fucking man. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. What does he know? He wasn't raised by his father. He can't fucking keep shit, okay? In his DNA, they known to leave their family behind. I mean, come on. Ain't like he comes from a family, if he died, he got 10 brothers that's going to step up to the plate and put your kids in college and school. No, he doesn't put away for none of that. But that non-black woman, he know he got to have his shit together. He know when he meet them parents and that family and uncle and big brothers of yours, he know he got to have his A game. Listen to me. I've been with a non-black woman before in a relationship, okay? And it was a privilege that I was with them because they know this ain't no ordinary nigga here. It was a whole different level. Number one, I'm an entrepreneur. Where the fuck they gonna tell me you work for a living, nigga? What are you talking about? That's what when she introduced her, she had to tell me, you tell them what you do. She couldn't even explain it. And then once me open my mouth, they said, oh man, I like this guy. He ain't here because she's fucking Asian. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy when my sister's around him, she's protected. That's all. I never married her. You know what I mean? She was just a girlfriend. And we cool. We ain't together no more, obviously. You know what I mean? But if anything, it was privilege just seeing family get along. Because in the Black Caucus, we don't get along because of that shithole. He ruins every goddamn thing. Goddamn. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate you. Goddamn. Thank you for that super chat, darling. Thank you. You know, it's very simple. You gotta separate the real from the fake. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You got, and there's a lot more fake than real, so it's pretty easy for me. You know what I mean? Maybe if I was you, it would be a little harder because I get blinded. He tells you his dreams and aspirations and never fulfills it. But when he meets her, he got to have his A game together before he steps in there. Because now the family's going to drill him because they know he's an average motherfucker. They can't drill me. I'll drill them. I see, when I meet these non-black family, I ask them the questions. So who's this little one here? This is mom, pops, how you doing? How's that's what I do. I take over the fucking room. That's just my personality, though. And they love that. You're not going to be in my fucking country and want me the privilege to be with your daughter. Are you fucking kidding me? This is my country. Not that black man, goddamn, he comes to the Colombian family, man, they accepted me like a coon. They laughing. He don't even know because he got to go on Google Translator to fucking understand him. Now the mother wants to know when he's going to put a ring on it. And he going to be like, tell your mother, shit, probably next week. Because now the mother just confirmed and validated him. Wow, his mother wants to marry. Me, if that came to me, I'm going to be like, whoa, slow down. Why would your mother ask me that? Bring your mother over here. Hey, mom, listen, I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? But I heard you want me to buy your daughter a ring. We only been together for a week. You understand what I'm saying? You would expect that from me. That's my personality. No, that's not a personal question. Can you ask her a personal question? You don't have to answer, but what is your wife? She's black. I would only marry a black woman. Period. I'll fuck a non-black one, toss it up here and there, even have her as a girl. I would never marry one. I'm not going to desensitize my race. I don't have to. You know what I mean? And that's real. That's real. That's really it. You know, in addition to the fact that that's my best friend, I married my best friend. My wife is my best friend. Period. Right? And well, Nate, what happens if you fell in love? Listen, there was never an option. I was raised to know I was going to marry a black woman. See, that's what happens in cultures. Cultures, they set perimeters from the date of birth. My father always trained his son, Junior, you marry a black woman. You can fuck this, fuck that. That white girl's a freak, never marry a white woman. This is what I was told. So these cultures do the same thing with their children. That's why they have cultures. There's no culture in black because the father didn't teach him shit. You understand? He never sat down there and told him the ropes and said, what to do and what not to do. Most of these niggas are 60 years old eating girls' pussies. The father never had that conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was never an option. So now I just got to pull the right sister. Hey, that's fine. There's only 8 billion of them. No problem. I never looked at a non-black woman and said, that's going to be my wife. It was never an option. Fucking it was an option. God damn, look at that. Nate, what's the difference between Asian pussy and Latin pussy? Well, I mean, this is that, but goddamn, you know what? When you want to marry anybody, you marry that sister because they passionate. Period. That's just a black woman. They know what to do. You come from work and said, what? I was about to kill this motherfucker today. She said, hold on. What happened? You know what I mean? Non-black women may be like, well, don't let things bother you. You be like, yo, bitch, hold the fuck up. Oh, what? You know what I mean? What you mean don't let things bother me? Okay? It's because you fucking making egg rolls and goddamn frying fish all day in a Chinese restaurant. You're not going to listen. What kind of shit is that? Sister ain't going to come at you like that. Because she's connected. She's black. Her passion, she wears her feelings on her sleeve. We all know that. Sister gonna be like, hold the fuck up. What did he say? You gonna be like, nah, this motherfucker tried to say. She gonna be like, yo, you know what? Hold on. I already know how you are. So we just gonna leave that alone because I don't want you. She's already preparing the whole future. She already know I can fucking kill the nigga, but she ain't gonna allow me to do it. Cause she knows. Non-black women may say, yeah, well, the fucking guy called me a nigga. The white woman may say, a nigga? He called you. She can't even repeat the word. She may offend me and say, he called you a nigger. I'm like, well, watch your fucking mouth. You can't say that. Well, why not? You said it, and you're getting upset for people calling you a name, but you call everybody else it. And now we have a problem because there's no connection. See, we don't go through that connection when we having sex and she's like, give me that big black cock and I'm swinging nuts all in her face. We're having a fantastic time, but she can't understand me. I may have an emotional day and she may not necessarily give it to me the way a sister gonna give it to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, she may correct it in a friendly way, right? You gotta, listen, again, everybody has a purpose. I'm not going to sit there and knock you. I ain't tell you. I done had some non-black women I've been with that, well, they was great. But you got to think on a level of me as a man. I got to have a woman that's able to handle me when I'm slipping. She got to be able to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking up. She got to be able to say, nigga, you fucking know that was wrong because I know you. Rather than you giving me the shit because I open up to you. Now you're gonna throw it in my face. You understand where I'm coming from? It's a difference. So a lot of men don't understand now you got a black woman and you got a black lady. He may have just fucked with a whole bunch of scuzzy chicks that was no good because they had bad influences in their lives. So he rated black women was no good rather than really getting a real good sister, a real woman. And knowing like, oh, okay, I got a real one. And she, she's a sister. You understand? They don't teach you that in our community. The black woman is looked upon as You know what I mean? If she's high sedity, she's high sedity because she dresses nice. And if she dressed like a slut, then she's a hoe. You can't fucking win with this nigga. Because it's him. You know what I'm saying? That's why our jails are full of criminals that went into the jail for their emotions. Your fathers didn't bust their ass. Well, Nick, how come you was never in the street? It wasn't an option. My father would have killed me. I didn't want to deal with that, nigga. Are you fucking kidding me? I was scared shitless of him. Okay, I done got enough ass whippings to know there was no chance of me selling no crack or bringing a gun into the fucking house. That wasn't an option. It wasn't an option. When you went to a school and you was only a student there as a man, I mean, come on, I think that's privilege enough. If this one went to this school and you went to NYU and you went to, California, whatever, UCLA, you go to all these different colleges, but damn, I went to the school of Nathaniel Senior. I mean, nobody was in that class. My two sisters was in there, but they wasn't there for every period because they were women. You understand? So I'm happy. That's why I share what I share. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm not doing a video. I don't do videos in bad moods. If I do, I'm happy because these streams make me happy. I'm not gonna come here miserable because if I come here miserable, you're gonna leave here feeling low vibration. See, you had more than me. I doubt I'll marry a black man like you are rare, and I had better chances with non-black men. Right. And you know what? I used to have a problem because my mother used to always say, not everybody's like you. I never knew what she meant by that. And until she broke it down, I said, okay. I thought she meant, not everybody's like you, Like the non-black woman would have said. Well, she said, not everybody's like you. I'm telling you, take it from me. Because she was looking at her other friends and how her friends and their sons were. Until this day. You know what I'm saying? So that's important coming from a mother. When your mother tells you, you are a great son. And then your father on the other side is saying, I love you, son. That's a whole different level. I have to share that. I can't hold that in. I can't hold that in. It would drive me crazy. I gotta share it. Oh my God. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. So somebody's telling me, oh, well, stick by your parents, stick by your mother. I'm like, what, I don't know anything else. To be a grown man wasn't this shit on your mother and go get a house on the other side of the United States. That's not what that's not how I was raised. Being a grown man or being a man was to take care of your own. That's it. That's all it is. Very simple. Take care of your own. That's it. Simple. So if she has a lot of female friends and sisters and their sons are not taking care of their own, or daughters taking care of their own, your own is your parents. So if they raised them and wiped their ass for hundreds of years and did all this, that, now the parents is all fucked up and the kids is like, I haven't spoke to my daughter in fucking 10 years. Everybody's bragging about what they have, material. Material things don't do shit for me. Nothing. I'm an information junkie. Material does nothing for me. And once you show me everything, it's great, it's cool. But I mean, how are we gonna enjoy it? You got a Ferrari and I could drive with it with you? That's cool. Because I'm a car guy, but a lot of things don't move me. And that's just my personal thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, it's a lot, it takes a lot to move me. But what I am moved by is smart people, especially brothers. I like a leader, man. I like a leader that's like, man, I tell you, man, I thought I was out here by myself. Sometimes I just want to learn from somebody, you know? I love people. So as a people person, you love people, but I can't deal with a piece of fucking garbage. Garbage does something to me. You know, I can't talk to a woman in front of a garbage can. Seriously, if I see a garbage can, I'm like, we gotta cross the street. I can't sit. She said, I can't be by garbage. Garbage is garbage. You throw it in the fucking wastebasket, it's garbage. You know, sanitation takes it away. I like seeing when the garbage goes in a truck and it drives off. I'm intrigued by that. I love seeing garbage go. I don't like when he leaves one bag. Why'd he fucking leave this bag? Goddamn, take this shit around the goddamn corner. Take it around the fucking corner. Yo, I tell one of my little gopher boys, bro, take this around the corner. They know the deal. They like, he don't like garbage. Thank you, Jacqueline. He don't like fucking garbage. I don't like garbage. Garbage smells. It annoys me. So when that shithole, when that shithole is infiltrating in your mindset, he's fucking everything up. You go to a parking lot, right? You ever do that, ladies and gentlemen? You park your car far away. God damn, I park it here. I'm just going to sit here and think. And if somebody pulls to the side and parks their shit, yeah, I drive the fuck off. And they know when that car drives off, he don't like being near. I don't want to be near you. I don't know who you are. I have my little section. I'm here chilling. Let me have mine. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how I am. So if I could go to your house and we chilling and we watching something on TV I don't give a fuck if we watching the news. We could just be listening to music. You got some wine kicked up, some good old finger food, goddamn, and I leave. I feel like I probably bust a nut. Goddamn, I had a great time. Me, and you know what she gonna say? I did too, and we ain't did much of shit. All we did was enjoy the vibe. That's it, I love a vibe. Because a vibe is something that you can't replace. But that material shit, it comes and goes. You know, you burn down LA, you build new houses up. You know what I'm saying? But it's the authentic things that's hard to come by. That vibe, that conversation when you meet somebody and you like them and they like you. Not even on no lovey-dovey shit. Just that common ground of like, yo, I could fuck with this person here. That's hard to find. You know what I mean? But if I want to look at material, I go to, where's my closest rich area? I got some on Staten Island, but I'll go up to Grimes Hill and all that. But if I really want a rich area, I go up to motherfucking and see the mega mansions up there in Alpine, New Jersey. And some people say that inspires you. Nah, doesn't inspire me. It's a little depressing. Because I'm like, why am I here? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you did if you did. You're not impressed by it, but at the end of the day, it's like, why am I here? And that's depressing. So it would be more meaningful if somebody invited me and we were able to enjoy the amenities of the house. Now that's different, because now we're doing something that I'm never gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Green Vegan. You want that vibe, and once you got that vibe with a person, and y'all do good for some years, and now they go through some shit because they dealing with some mental anguish or personal things, and then they take off, that's a motherfucker. That hurts me more. Because that's sacred. The material, you know, niggas insure shit for that. You can replace it, you know what I mean? But the sacredness, we can't replace a life. No matter if you lose somebody and you have an insurance policy, it's still not the same as the person, right? Because that's sacred. You hold on to that because life is so sacred, right? So if you got a vibe with somebody, that's a privilege beyond belief. You don't go up and fuck up a vibe and you and a girl had a good vibe and you try to go get in her bed. Now you fuck it all up. You know what I'm saying? You want that shit to happen organically, if it's going to happen, even if it doesn't. You know? I've learned to vibe with people that I'm able to say, how you doing? Have a great day. You look marvelous. And keep it moving rather than, I'm going to try to fuck my neighbor. You see what I'm coming from? Sometimes you can leave a bigger impression with a vibe because you're not being typical. And most black sisters, they encounter so much disbelief and appointments, disappointments, and and pain. So you got to be able to just listen to her, to know her background without her even telling you about the background. You could tell by her poise, the way she talks. And know, like, yeah, she got that shithole's influenced her. And depends. She may say, well, so what you think about this? Now, you got to take a chance now, because she could be starting a debate. And now a debate's going to destroy the vibe. The vibe goes out the window once there's a debate. That's it. It's out the window. It's gone. But if we could chat, we could do that all night. Matter of fact, the time would go fast. You'd be like, God damn, it's 5 a.m. I still want to talk, because you vibing. And you got 2 hours of sleep. You wake up the next day and said, man, that was awesome. That's what we need. You know what I mean? But now you fuck up the vibe. Now y'all started arguing for 3 hours. Next morning, you be like, damn, you feel yucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we do that? How many of y'all get on these streams and argue with niggas for 4 hours? How you wake up and want to do it again? Like, it's about the vibe, man. That vibe is important. And a lot of sisters are missing that. If a nigga's a player, he could use that. Because all he got to do is vibe with her. Don't even try to fuck her. Just chill out. Chill. But he want to come there with all that, yeah, you should cook clean and rub my shoes at the door and be accountable. That's all pussy shit. I don't fuck with niggas like that. We don't even have a discussion, nevertheless a debate. You know what I'm saying? A debate is not a privilege with me, niggas, to have a discussion. So if you're debating, that's not a privileged moment in your life. If I got homegirls that sending me little TikTok videos and shit to kind of like, me kind of feel his brain. And I'm like, now if I say, is this the type of woman where I could say, this shit is corny, and if we vibe and she give me like, that's why I had to share this with you. I thought of you, I know this shit would be whack. You know what I mean? That's a vibe. But if I say, this shit is corny, she like, why is it corny? I disagree. Why, are you angry? Because now I'm like, damn, boo, you sent me some shit, I give an opinion, and now you want to fucking debate with me? Don't send me that no more. Oh, why not? Because I disagreed. That's like, you know what? Don't call me no fucking more. It's a debate. That you can't debate and vibe at the same time. But when you and a person connect, you could look at something in the news and think of her. She could think of you. I thought of this to you today. Oh, wow. You remembered? Yeah, because I know you always talking about how you like your apple pies and shit. And this woman loves apple pie. And I thought of you. You know what? I'm going to take you to an official spot. We're going to go down to Pennsylvania to them little areas where they don't leave. I forgot what's the name? The people that don't, do technology and all that. And we're going to get you a nice apple pie. That's a vibe. And we're going to go all the way to PA to go get a true apple pie cooked in a brick oven. You know what I'm saying? That's a vibe. One of my biggest fantasies was meeting a woman in Midtown Manhattan, and we went from stopping before she got on the train to missing her train to ending up in a diner talking for hours until 11, nearly 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. She got to go to work. And I'm like, yo, let's do something crazy. Why don't we take a trip right now and get on a plane and go to, at the time it was Jamaica, this is years ago. Yeah, call your job, fuck it. We're going to catch a flight, get the flight together, bong, we out at 12 o'clock and we're like, yo, I don't believe this. I fucking met you yesterday and we are on the plane going to Jamaica because we vibing. That's a movie. You know what I mean? That's a movie in itself, right? See what I'm saying? Right? Look, like I would love someone to take me for pie. I'm telling you. What's the communities called in PA where they don't do technology, they still riding horses and shit? What's the name of the community? Those people, fuck. Somebody will tell me. That's where real apple pies are made, by the way. You know what I mean? Real apple pies, like. But if you vibing with a person, you're going to know things with them that nobody knew because it's a vibe. If you had an ex-girlfriend and y'all debated and argued all the time, y'all ain't no vibe there. Amish, thank you, Lacey. Thank you, darling. Amish. So you go to the Amish community. Number one, that's going to be a vibe in itself because she ain't never seen no shit like that. I mean, I mean, literally, she's seen it on TV. She never seen, we're out there on Little House on the Prairie, and we're like, wow. You know what that woman's gonna say? Fuck how the pie tastes. It's the thought. We didn't go to Philly to go get a steak cheese. We went to an Amish community and got an apple pie because he knew I loved apple pies. You put thought in that. That's a vibe. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes when you lose friends that are no longer here, or whether they mentally not here, it hurts if you vibe with them. It hurts. It's painful. You know, if you lose a loved one that you vibed with and understood you, it's going to be a motherfucker. Losing a parent that was you vibed with, that knew you and understood you, you're never going to be right. Not 100%, you know what I'm saying? Because you vibed with them. You see, vibing is energy. And you can't see that energy, you can feel it. And that time will just, you ever remember the song, Funny How Time Flies When You're Having Fun? So when a man and woman is vibing, and I always use a diner because a diner doesn't close, right? So you go to a diner, you don't want nobody's fucking to vibe up. Yeah, they got different shifts. You know, I want to close the table out, close the bill out. Don't worry about it. This is 24 hours. We going to stay in here. We going to keep ordering. And you know what I mean? We vibing. That is what brings us together. You know, soul music, R&B, it was for the soul. We don't use our soul music now. We're not allowing our souls to connect. So we're all being, how can I say, we're all being misled, more or less. You know what I mean? Like, when you're not being soulfully filled, it's like eating a meal and you're still hungry, right? So when you're out and about and you connect with somebody, whether it's with a man, even if that's a cool dude, or you and a girl, whatever it may be, you meeting another woman, you're cool, and you vibing, it'll show you that I could have new friends in my life, you know what I mean? But if you constantly meeting people, debating, no consistency, there's no vibe there if you can't share to a person what you're going through. I had a woman that hit me up and say, Nate, I'm talking about this, but I'm going in a different direction. I said, you're supposed to go in a different direction. That means you're comfortable. Don't worry about it if the message is a little longer than usual. You know what I mean? You're vibing. Let them vibe. When a person be like, yo, they talk, let them vibe. They vibing, let them roll. You don't stop that. Never stop a vibe. You know? A vibe is you can feel it and it feels good. You're like, wow, this is cool. You walk the person to the car, then you're talking outside the car for another fucking hour, feet hurting, you gotta piss. You're tired, but you're just like, wow. And that drive home, you ain't gonna be dozing off when you got a good vibe. You're gonna be high. Because that vibe is gonna keep you high. Like, yo, I got to get up and work for another hour, and I'm wide awake because you vibing. There's people out here that got to take drugs to vibe, alcohol to vibe. You vibing naturally, natural essence. Nothing better than natural. You know, you got a chemical thing that push you up, and then you got the true honor of love. And come on. That could go in a long, full direction of vibe. Nobody wants you in their house no more. Nobody could trust you. Niggas want to fuck. A woman wants relationships. Nobody know how to vibe anymore. So our bodies, our souls are being neglected because we're not intriguing or challenging our, there's so many words. We're not stimulating our minds, you know what I mean? You're not stimulating the soul. If you're not stimulating my soul, I'm just now falling asleep and dozing off, and I'm like, yo, you know, you listening to me? No, I ain't gonna lie, I was tired, but boy, when you vibing and you're not dozing off, you're gonna be like, yo, I don't believe we've been here for 5 fucking hours. Really? Yeah, because you're vibing. once the souls get stimulated, that's it. That's why when you listen to old school music and there's a certain song you think about in the 90s, you're like, ooh, that's a vibe. It's bring you back to them times, right? But it's not that you wasn't losing people back then. It's just now there's no vibe because everybody's angry. You know what I mean? No, but people are afraid to say they're depressed. Everybody's depressed. You know, the person don't got to confirm it. You can feel it. You know, depression is nothing that you got to get a confirmation from somebody. You can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it. If you have a situation and you as a human being, we interact with each other, right? So if it's been raining all day, every day for the last 10 days, you're going to feel a vibe in the air that's not going to be nice. Like it's a bad vibe, right? But when the weather's nice and comfortable, people are in better moods, especially when we had bad weather previously, right? So now we're going to appreciate it because now the vibe is going to be even more intense because we don't know why we're happy, but we know why I'm happy. So you may think you're happy because the weather's nice, but everybody's feeling the same because it's human nature. So as many people may think that we may went to different schools or formats, but we all are humans, you understand? So when we vibe, we all need that. And sometimes a long drive. Some of y'all be telling me, yo, I want to travel. Sometimes, yo, you could take a road trip. If you vibing with somebody in a road trip, that's going to be the best road trip you ever had because you vibing. You're having fun. You know what I mean? And you'll never forget a vibe. Never. You're going to be like, man, I remember. I'll give you one example. I remember me, my boy, and my ex and his girl went down to PA to Reading, Pennsylvania, to the Timberland outlet. This is like 94. I remember the day, October 1st, 1994. I had a car accident that day. You know why I remembered so much? Because the vibe that we had. Every time, 30 plus years later, every time I passed that block, I remember the accident. Because we had the accident on Staten Island when we came back. But the vibe, the 90s, we in my little Maxima at the time, I'm playing the music. It was just a vibe. We went out there to shop. It was a vibe. Who does that anymore? Me and the missus and one of my boys and his girl, because they vibe, they get along. Me and my man, that's my best friend. You know what I mean? And now my best friend is all fucked up. You know what I mean? He went through a mental disaster, and now he's caught in mental illness, and it's painful because that was my boy. You know? The only thing I do got left, thank God, I got his ex-girlfriend. Not in that way. Me and my ex is no longer together, but me and his ex are still close. 30 years later, she was at my daughter's first birthday, second birthday, third. We didn't do a party for the fourth. She's always there. And I love her because she brings me back to our vibe. Because we vibe on. We came from a vibe. Our foundation was a vibe, so we held on to that. My man wasn't lucky enough, you know what I mean? And even my ex, you know what I mean? She's still part of that memory of the vibe because it was a vibe, but unfortunately our shit ended in a negative way, you know what I mean? But it happens. Oh, thank you, Jay. What a beautiful compliment. See? Look at that. We vibing here. We vibing. Watching some of your content on your page and happy I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's about. You know, I mean, Friday nights 30 years ago, I was painting the town, but it ain't the same vibe anymore. So we got to get a new vibe. That's what I was talking about with Beyonce yesterday. We need something new. I don't know what it is yet, but I know we need something new. We need something new, like how hip-hop came out in 73, how the internet came out in 94, and the social media hit the nation early 2000. We need something new, but with a vibe now, like not digital, but we need a real organic vibe, you know what I mean? I don't want to just meet y'all in person and there ain't no vibe there. We have to have a vibe because we got to be able to say, we got to do this shit every fucking year. You got to be able to leave and say, Nate, can we do something in March? Can we do something in December? Maybe we should do, you have a vibe, you want to, hey, maybe we should do something here. It's hard to get a vibe now because the digital world, the internet has fucked it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. She said, touch you around your 40s. Listen, 30 years, I met her, me and my boy, we met her in 93. Me and my boy met her, and it was funny because I was his shit, you know what I'm saying? I remember meeting her, and we was by Columbia University in Manhattan, and I remember I told my man, you need to get out on that. And I jumped out the car, and I was like, yo, hold on, my man want to talk to you. And she came up, and he's talking, and they talking for a minute. I'm like, yo, you got any girlfriends? You know what I'm saying? But fast forward, she met my current girlfriend later. You know, I was being the typical, man, whatever, typical man, not a good man at the time. And I remember she wouldn't even want to sit in that front seat because she was like, that's Trisha's seat. You know what I mean? Because Trisha was my first love. I just said her name. That was my first love. And we used to have so much of fun. Now we got congested pricing in Manhattan now, and you gotta pay to get it. Yo, it's all the game is just because of that fucking shithole. You fucking ruined. Whether he's a shithole politician, shithole billionaire, niggas fuck the game up. Sometimes you gotta leave certain things alone. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jay. And I remember all the things we used to do then, if we do it now, it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's just not, you know? Number one, it's a different time. So 2025 versus 1994. Now, y'all all could agree with this. Watch this. Y'all tell me them 90s was better. Wasn't 90s a great vibe? 90s was a great vibe. I think the last vibe we had was like 2005. I think I got lost after 2010. It just started just not going downhill, but it wasn't getting any better. But them 90s vibes, 1990, 1991, 92, 93, 94, 95, 90, every 90s was just amazing. Like you listen to a song, it's gonna bring you back to one of those years, I promise you, because it was a vibe. 90s, so most blacks agree because they like, yo, I'm with you on that. But we don't have a vibe anymore. You know? We back in the time we would be in BBQs, getting big pina coladas with the big glasses and the big Texas-sized burgers. They started shrinking the burgers. Food went up. The drinks got smaller. Now everything is killing you and giving you diabetes. It's just all fucked up. Like the bozo started adding all these things into food. You can't eat this. You can't do that. You can't. And it just takes out of you. You just don't want to do shit. You know? Good black movies back in the day. We had Boomerang and Set It Off and Dead Presidents. Now we just got, you know, you got to go to Tubi and it takes you hours to find a good movie. You know what I'm saying? So he was born in 1986. Yeah, shout out to DJ Chocolate. If you don't believe me, talk to the old timer. Talk to an old timer and tell him to tell you about the 70s, the 80s, and the 60s. The further they go back, the better the vibe. There's no vibe now. We all fucked up. We let that internet troll, that shithole male, that shithole politician, we started engaging in their lives now, and it affects us, and we're not even billionaires. Like, we watching the Billionaires Boy Club, and everybody's watching every move. Like, it's not even, it's affecting you, but it's not affecting you. You know what I mean? You know, my childhood was a vibe. Like, my childhood was amazing. My childhood, forget it. That's another story. My childhood was amazing. So We need a vibe right now. We need a new vibe. We need a vibe. And, that's all I got to say. There has to be a vibe, man. We need a vibe. Right now, cool vibe for me, evening type of dude. I connect with some of my WhatsApp people. We do our conversations, and some people hit, some people don't. But, there's some sisters out there that really got the passion, and we be talking, and we build so much. I'll make a video on it. This video tonight is inspired by a woman that left me a voicemail. And I made, how long? I've been here for 2 hours. So it works. That's a vibe. You know what I mean? You see that, you know what vibe is when you see a new message come in and it's from somebody you like to talk to and they leave it. You like, yeah, that's a treat. Like 8 minutes here, 3 minutes there. But you know what I mean? That's a treat. But if you got somebody that's not a treat and they leaving 15-minute WhatsApp messages and you like, damn, I gotta listen to that shit. You know what I mean? This is no vibe. The vibe is everything. You know what I mean? And music used to deliver that. That's why I gotta listen to certain songstresses. I listen to a lot of R&B on the way home. Ella Mai and them, these are singers that bring me back to the 90s vibe, early 2000. Especially Ella Mai. Ella Mai is like, I could care less about when she talk. I just like her music because her music got a vibe. She gives me that 90s feel when things were fun and the internet wasn't here. You know what I mean? It wasn't as strong as it is now. So I got a neighbor of mine. All he does is just keep sending me clips of shit on YouTube. I'm like, yo, my man, it's fucking annoying. It's annoying for him because he sends me a whole bunch of stuff and it's just like nothing I'm interested in. So it's a little annoying. He's retired, he's bored, and he plays with his phone all day. I mean, a lot of people do that, but I don't personally send people shit. Unless somebody sends me stuff because they know I do this, it's different. But he doesn't know I do this, nor does he. He actually knows, but he doesn't know. So none of his stuff has been inspiring for me to use in a video. It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you have to have the vibe. The vibe is the key to everything. That's the key to relationships, friends. If you and a friend no longer have the vibe that you once had, then there's no friendship there anymore. There's no vibe. They're not the same person. You can't even have a conversation with them because there's no vibe. Like, you outgrew them now, but it's really, you ain't vibing with them no more. You got a vibe. Like, there ain't no vibe. There ain't no vibe. I wouldn't know what to talk to with my best friend now because now it's like, you know what I mean? He's a different person. I've grown, and you know what I mean? I don't know how we would address the vibe now because we don't vibe. I remember going on vacations and it was a vibe. The vibe of getting on a plane and going to the bar before we got on the plane and getting on the plane and being the only niggas on the plane and going to nice countries and oh my God. I remember one year, real quick, I remember I went out to Jamaica with my ex's best friend and her clique. Don't ask me how we made this arrangement because my ex wasn't part of it, but her friends was, and it was me and a couple of my partners. No hanky-panky shit, but we had so much of fun. Thank God I got that shit on a videotape. It's going to be a vibe to watch that, you know what I mean? And that was like 2001, right before Aaliyah passed. I remember that. We had a ball. I can't imagine having fun on a trip now because there's no vibe. Everybody got their phones out talking about a whole bunch of, propaganda. That takes away from the vibe, you know what I mean? Like, I think if men and women are debating for 5 hours at one table about what men and women need to do versus 5 hours of just vibing, that's a whole different situation going on that vibe table. That vibe table can go far because you got the world in the palm of your hands with that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she said vibe could even be a late night walk. Some of my best dates were random and just chilling around the city. Let me tell you something. The other day I had one of my cars go to a mechanic and I took one car to pick up another car. I got on the bus. And I talked about this yesterday. I haven't been on the bus in about 15, 20 years. Do you know how much that vibe, how good it felt to be on the bus? Like now I'm looking at the world from a different perspective now because I'm on the bus. But I enjoyed that experience so much. Some small shit. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, listen, I'm not going to take an Uber and waste $40, $50. I'm going to get on the bus for fucking $3. And you know what? Knowing I'm going to my car, I put the $40, $50 in the gas tank. That's just how I am. And you know what? It was easy as pie. I went to the ferry. I got a Metro card. I got on the bus. And that shit was amazing. And I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? When it's nice and clear like it is tonight in New York, I go to the look it up, ladies and gentlemen. Just look up the promenade of Staten Island, right by the Staten Island Ferry, right? So I'll go there tonight. I'm going to go there, and I'll see the beautiful skies and then New York City skyline and Jersey to the left and Brooklyn to the right. And I'll go out there and I pray for like 10 minutes, and it's a vibe. I get back in my car. By the time I get home, I'm like, life is good. You know what I'm saying? I meditate out there. Don't get it fucked up. I look to my left and right, but you know, when it gets warmer, you got to be a little different because the bums be out there and shit on the benches, but you just got to watch your back. But I go out there and I do my little thing, and it feels good. You know what I mean? It makes you appreciate simple things, you know what I'm saying? Because one of my boys tonight, a nigga told me that he had a little situation, a health scare. And it really fucked me up today because I don't know what it was about this, man, but one of my partners seeing that this man is in the hospital, and I'm like, damn, like that shit could happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, just seeing him in this position that the body is in control. When you're in control of your body when you're healthy, but knowing he's going through this situation, this shit fucked me up. It was crazy. So that made me in a weird place and put me on a high today. Like, really appreciate the things you have. That's a vibe. Sometimes people's bad news can be a vibe, dude. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like, you don't realize how good you got it. You know what I'm saying? You know, social media took away from the allure. I know it took away from the allure. I don't look at high-priced cars the way I used to because social media has made it redundant. Now when I see a Lamborghini, it doesn't do anything for me. You know, it's like I see a Rolls Royce truck, it does nothing for me. It just does nothing, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things that still do it, but there's some things that used to do it that don't do it no more because the digital platforms have taken away from it so much, you know what I mean? Some of y'all watch TED Talks. TED Talks is good, you know what I mean? I can do that. But we're not learning from these platforms, so that's why I'm hard on them because I'm like, yo, what are you learning if you put a person down? It's called shit talking. Like, it's like seeing two boxers talk shit to each other. Like, yo, just get up and fight. Like, if you're going to fight. Like, people just talk. You ever see somebody in the hood and they just talk? They ain't gonna fight. Y'all just get back in your car. They just talking shit. They ain't gonna do nothing. But when the niggas is getting in, they get it in. So that's what I see. I feel like if I'm not being entertained and I'm not learning, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Yes, praying is healing. Because today my prayer is gonna be different tonight because I see my boy fucked up like that. Even though he's trying to make it look good, that's just how it is. But that shit right there was a close call, man. And I don't think he understands the intensity of what it did to me. You know what I mean? Like it did something to me. Oh, shit. Oh. It did something to me. It did something to me. Sorry, the plug was out. Where I'm like, wow, that's why you got to thank God for the podcast. Thank God for the platform. Thank God for this equipment. Thank God for having a place that I have my own. Thank God for today, not getting injured, not hurting myself, not slipping and falling and having an accident, anything. You're not having a collision, or being able to have food on the table and nobody was passed away today. You know what I mean? And we didn't even get out the door yet. You know what I mean? And as you're praying with these things as you're going, you start to realize, like, that's the meditation, because the meditation is a vibe, and a vibe is meditation. If you're with a person, you're vibing, you're meditating with each other. That's why it feels so good. And meditation is good for the soul. So once you endure some real good meditation, by the time you come home, you feel good, You could meditate at home too, but I just have my spot in this promenade that's just like, I'm looking at the planes in Newark Airport. I'm seeing the planes going to JFK Airport. The planes are flying over. Sometimes the police helicopters rare, but the World Trade Center that used to be there, now it's the Freedom Tower. I'm watching all this in one way, and I'm just like, wow, like, what an incredible world, you know what I mean? Like, thank God I'm not in a hospital tonight, because my boy wasn't the fortune. You know what I mean? You start thinking on these levels, and it puts you into a zone of appreciating the gift of being taught. And I think women now, the great thing is, it's a player's dream if that was the case, but women are being so, not necessarily neglected, but the hunger of love and vibes and feelings, it's almost like the people are starving from it. It's like a person is deprived from water, and they may tell you, I'm good. I'm like, no, man, you need to drink some water. Like, and we're going to have to put some IV in like, I think we're at that level where we're so deprived from the deliverance of a good vibe that anybody can use it. You know what I mean? They don't even know they need it until it happens. It's like, wow, like, I didn't even know I needed this. You know what I'm saying? And as much as we think that we're different because of different classes, not when it comes to that. Whether you're angry, whether you're depressed, whether you're sad, like, a good vibe will lift that shit up. It will. You know what I mean? That's why people drink and smoke and get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's why people that's on hard drugs, soft drugs, because they want to feel a vibe. You know what I mean? That's just to show you how powerful. The niggas buy a house to feel a vibe. They buy a car to feel a vibe. They go shopping to feel a vibe. They go run. They go to the gym to release their endorphins. You know what I mean? And when people go to concerts to feel a vibe, but now it's not lasting. Like, you go to concerts in 2025, you just going to concerts. But if you tell me you was going to concerts in the 90s and early 2000, you caught a vibe. You know what I mean? It's a difference now. Like, timing is everything. So, the only vibe that you could use with now is trying to put the digital side away and let it go natural and organic. And once you got that vibe with the person, just stick with it. When you start feeling yourself sliding to the left and the right, you got to treat it like your car that has, like, the little, like, lane thing where, you know what I mean? Like, just get back in line. Like, we ain't going to do that, but go ahead, explain yourself. You got a good listener. You talking to somebody, they're into you, or they're into the conversation, y'all vibing, y'all connecting, little food here and there. That's a good situation. Like, you're not going to see no bullshit. You're just going to be like, wow, this is dope. And that's the one secret I can say everybody can have. So even to that shithole, if the shithole just concentrated more on just creating a vibe because he's deprived, he's clearly deprived. His soul is deprived. You know what I mean? That's why when it's deprived, listen, when you're hungry and thirsty, you're going to act out. When I'm hungry, I'm a disaster. But when you suffer from deprivation, and you're deprived from water or anything of nurturing, you need to be nurtured, right? So if you're deprived from love, you're deprived from water, you're deprived from food, you know what I mean? That ain't no vibe. That's a circumstance. So you fulfill that, and you able to build with that. You like, ooh, I needed that. You ever feel you thirsty, you drink some water, or you was starving and you had a good meal? Man, thank you. You know, nothing like it. Now your hunger's gone. No more hunger. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing. Oh, thank you very much, Jay. It gives a vibe, right? Right, Jay? So she said she likes this up. So imagine if I had a white background. I remember people were telling me, Nate, we don't like the white background because it gives it kind of takes away from the vibe. People were using the words, they didn't realize that. Because one of my favorite setups in the game is Howard Stern. I love the vibe of that studio. Dark studio, late night. I love that. And, it kind of gives it the nice little ambiance, you know what I mean? Again, it's vibe. So listen, whether I can sit there and say I'm about a vibe, we all about a vibe. If you breathing, you about a vibe. If you got a heart, you about a vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you, well, I got to pull the cord. What happened? I had to pull the cord. My family was brain dead. Ain't no vibe there. The brain needs a vibe, you know what I mean? If there's no, there's no frequency going to the brain, then that's it. So the vibe is connected to the brain, the heart. It's all part of that. You know what I mean? And it transmits from getting that. You know what I mean? It's like it's like food for thought, right? So that's a vibe. You know? Well, they told you, please don't kill my vibe, right? Please don't kill my vibe. You know? I remember my father, he smoked his weed. He used to tell my sister, he used to be like, man, you're blowing my high. He used to tell her, she wanted to debate about, he's like, listen, you're blowing you leave me alone, you're blowing my high. And they would turn him off, but when you're around this and you grew up around so much family and friends and you've seen that you had all these things, and now we're living in a society now, there's so many people in pain. Like, I had to tell my wife today, she was talking about certain family members, I'm like, listen, can't take none of that shit personal now because everybody's fucked up. And it ain't like you don't know why. Like, you probably wouldn't do what they're doing because you got a different vibe. Everybody's not like that now. Most people are not in the position that we in. And I mean that in the sense of we don't understand it in the sense of, people need to be more loving and creative. But when people are not happy, they stray away. You know what I mean? They shut down. You ever see a person that's sick and he hiding from you, and but people don't hide when they happy. They tell, that's why I just stay to myself. You didn't even hear from me. That's not happiness. You know what I mean? That person probably had a mission, whatever it was. But that, happy, you're gonna burst with happy. If I want $1 billion fucking dollars, I'm gonna share it with everybody. Not gonna hide and stay to myself on an island and be bored. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to catch the vibe, and that's what when a man's reaching and he's dragging you, and you're receiving it, y'all don't have a vibe at all because you're receiving his energy. He's giving you no vibe, you're receiving no vibe, and then you coming into the universe and you ain't got shit to say now because you gonna be mean and nasty because you're taking in his energy, and he ain't even giving you a vibe. The biggest vibe of me coming up in the game when I was a kid and seeing family and uncles and aunts, and now the vibe of my family now, like, cousins with my cousins that had kids and their kids have kids, there ain't no vibe there now. I do it for my daughter, but ain't no vibe there. Because if I didn't have a daughter, I wouldn't even be around my family like that because the vibe that we once had, a lot of them are gone. These millennials, they don't have a vibe. There's no vibe there, nothing. They just cut the birthday cake, he hollers, take a couple pictures, and from the pictures you may think, oh, y'all had a good time. Nah, it was just pictures. Ain't no vibe there. My little cousins were fun when they were younger, like, cause this was in the early 2000s, they were still fun, you know what I mean? Early 2000, mid 2000, now they're not older. When I was 19 or 20 or 25, we had a vibe. These niggas is in their 20s is terrible. There's nothing there. Just nothing. But they have children, and I have children, so it's like, well, I got to give my daughter the experience. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna take her completely away, but you leave there like, all right, it was cool, but you know, there's a bigger world out there with a better vibe. You know what I mean? I know that. So that is something that I'm seeing that's changed a lot as well too. So you got to be understandable. So when a black man, the low level black man is complaining, whether he's killing his own brother or he's dragging his sister, you got to know, you know what I mean, ain't no vibe there. That's why he's doing what he's doing. And the sisters don't know that's receiving that. She doesn't know because there's no vibe, because she's not receiving a vibe, so she ain't even getting her mind stimulated. So if there's no stimulation to your brain, that's like brain dead. You know what I mean, respectfully, you ever seen a person that doesn't have this brain dead, there's nothing there, they're on life support. So if a man or a woman or anybody can't stimulate you just gotta stimulate my mind. Because, you know, you can't get a vibe just from touching a motherfucker. You gotta be able to stimulate. You still don't mean the mind is a frequency. So energy is a frequency. It's like a radio wave now that they call a Wi-Fi, right? But it's a signal. And when that signal is a strong signal, it hits. You know what I mean? And you feel good. You're like, yo, I needed that. But now you got cousins and family that this one's mad at you, and this one, you know, this one that got it, you didn't get over that. You didn't wish this one a birthday. It's just well, you know, it's my birthday. It's on Facebook. I'm like, I don't have Facebook. Then it's like, damn, nigga, you built all that shit in the head. That's what social media made people become pussies, like crybabies, like, you know, because there's no substance anymore. We put our substance on social media. Because we slave to social media. We slave to everything we see on Google and the internet. We don't trust our own judgment and our own vibes of connecting with a person. You know? I mean, listen, Mark Zuckerberg said himself, he said he apologizes for taking away, you know, human interaction. And that's all it is, if you want to be technical. But human interaction is a vibe. You know what I mean? If you vibing with somebody interactively, that's natural. You didn't need the drugs or the alcohol to make you that. You know what I mean? That's why people abuse drugs and alcohol, because sometimes it gives them euphoria, or it makes them feel good or forget about everything, when you should be able to talk to one of your homies or a best friend or somebody and say, man, you made me forget I was going through so much, and talk to a stranger on the subway and feel good because you vibe. You know what I mean? The vibe is not just putting yourself in a capsule and drinking your life away, and then next thing you know, you feeling good now, and tomorrow you feel fucked up because now you got a hangover. And that ain't no vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See? If she said, if I'm not stimulated mentally, I have nothing to offer in return. See, when you know you're being stimulated mentally, but then there's some people that don't know how to stimulate their own selves mentally. Like, what stimulates you mentally? Like I said, I could be doing my thing. Like I told you, I'm going to go to the waterfront when I leave here. And then I may get home and flick through the cable and say, Sanford and Son is on. And I may see that shit say, Sanford and Son, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. And I'm like, boom. And that gives me a vibe. I want to sit down and, you know what I mean? I probably didn't even get in the shower yet. I'm bullshit. I mean, I should have been in the shower already, but I'm watching this because I'm in my vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, now they may show an infomercial. I'm like, now I'm good. The vibe is gone. Let me get in the shower. I can concentrate. So that's what the motor's setting the mood, setting the tone. It's all energy. You know what I mean? I think the problem is we can't see energy, so we take it for granted. But energy's powerful. You know, that's why I tell you, with people that pass on, like the soul lives forever, right? So you look at a body, that will damage you. But if you know that soul, you interact with that soul, you're going to always be able to connect with the people that, you know, perished and passed on. You know what I mean? Because the soul lives forever. So we as people, we have an ability as man and woman to bring a mode of soul. That's why people say soul searching, right? Because we search for soul. We look for something that's going to make us happy. Maybe we should try this. There's a concert. We should go to this spot. There's a little lounge. And we all looking for a vibe. And then we get disappointed because it's like, it's just not the same. And that takes you away. Now they're like, yo, next week we should go to another spot. Nah, I'm just going to stay home. Because, You know what I mean? It's just not the same. You know, you ain't really, I think I'll pass. And all along, you're like, damn, like you should have just gave it a chance. Like, no, thanks, but no thanks, but I'm just not into it. You ain't got no vibe. You know what I mean? Once people start realizing that that little thing in your heart has a little good trigger to get you motivated because it's being stimulated, that heart, mind, body, and soul, you're going to be like, damn, this is what Nate was talking about. A lot of y'all haven't felt that feeling, mommy, in 7 years, 10 years. Some of y'all probably haven't had that feeling in 20 years. So think about that, you know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you. And Jay, I appreciate your sensational, inspiring, encouraging comments, because you one of the reasons why I stayed here, because you were consistent with your comments. See how it works? You stimulated me because you were bringing a vibe in here. Every comment you made, there hasn't been a comment that every comment. How does a person make comments like this for the last hour plus, and it just kept, you know what I mean? You just kept bringing the vibe, darling. So I just want to let you know that. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, be strong, have a good night. And this goes for the men and women, man. I mean, you can camouflage all that shit all you want, man. You're depressed, you know what I mean? You're depressed, and that's what it is. You either going to take the bad information or give the bad information. But come on, when you feeling good, you ain't going to want to do that, man. When you feel good, no feeling like feeling good. There's no feeling in this world like feeling good. No feeling. I challenge you, there's no feeling. Some of y'all don't even you haven't felt good in decades, you know, but, you know, stimulate that mind instead of dragging the mind. Stimulate a little more. You know, you can learn a lot about a person when you can stimulate them. You know, I'm stimulating y'all right now. You know what I mean? I've been talking for how long? 2.5 hours. Look how fast that went, 2.5 hours. I remember coming in here and it said 5 minutes I was here. And it's 2 hours because now I stimulate your mind. I'm self-stimulated, so I'm stimulated. And now there's a vibe here. We got a vibe. I'm learning something new. We take for granted simple things. I've been focusing on my money to get my vibe right, but you're right. You're teaching me to find my vibe. Yes, find the vibe, because you know you make the money. Money comes, money goes. But you know when the money's not making you happy and bringing you a vibe, then it's just money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your bills are paid. You got a couple extra coins, but ain't no vibe. Like, that's why nobody's really enjoying and doing the things we used to do anymore. They closing movie theaters down, for Christ's sakes. The vibe of going to the movie back in the day was, you know, buying that ticket, walking in there with your popcorn, and now you got to worry about somebody coughing, and this one doing the Instagram, this one giving this guy a blowjob in the back. Like, it's just too fucked up now. So why are the movie houses realizing that they can't even fit nobody in there, because everybody now is home watching Tubi and Netflix and Amazon Prime. So there's no need to go out. But, you know, there was a vibe in the 90s going to the movies. That's what it was about. Like, we going to catch that movie tonight. It's open tonight. We going to get our tickets. But now it's just kind of a thing of the past, because now that's a vibe. Now that's kind of back in the past, but we need and I still go to movies, you know what I mean? But now the vibe has to be something entirely different. What about the people that don't have kids, or your kids are grown? Maybe you don't have no kids at all, like I said, right? But you still could create a vibe, because when I was growing up, my parents had friends that had no children, kids that had children, battered husbands and all types of battered women and shit, but everybody was still coming together because it was a vibe. You know, now that vibe, you see the Colt 45s going around in Old English. We can't drink none of that. Well, they can't drink none of that shit no more. We don't drink it because that shit kills you. But so what do we do right now? Do we have a vibe and we all sit around with motherfucking green tea? Like, what do? You know what I'm saying? You know, if we talk, is everything a competition? We're not stimulating each other's brains anymore. It's just like we're just working. You know, that's why I say, so if you're working and you're being about your bread, and that's good, that's a good distraction to let time kind of pass by, but, you know, you want that vibe. And again, if you can't count on that vibe for people, which is fine. You could set your own vibe, you know what I mean? Maybe you want to come home and just throw some red wine and turn the phone off a little bit and listen to some smooth jazz or whatever. But create your vibe, and then you'll see it, because now you vibing, and now somebody calls you, be like, yo, not now, nigga, don't call me now, not now, you know what I'm saying? Right, so, you know, I tell women and men, even men, like, yo, sit in the tub, run the water, put some salt in there, some Epsom salt or some bath salts, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool, like, you know, we have phones for good things, like, so, you know, go listen to Jagged Edge's new album, or The Weeknd, or anybody. Just listen to some late model R&B, and let's play your phone and put a candle on in the bathroom and just soak your body in some bubble bath. Just try to do that for a little half an hour, and that's more than enough time, but that's a vibe, you know what I mean? You know, rather than just taking a shower and just rinsing. Now you soaking your body, and you get out there, you see all that dirt and the shit, you know what I'm saying? You see everything left in the tub and the bubbles, and you take that white towel and you gonna sleep like no other body ever, like, cause you just vibe for yourself, just self-care, that nourishment of, you took a bath with soap, with bubbles, like, that's some adult shit, you know what I mean? You can't be 5 years old and be in the tub like that. They'll you know, that's dangerous, but, you know, you're grown now. You can soak in the tub and put your phone and put the shit on airplane mode and let the music play and just chill out, you know what I mean? Light a candle and turn the light off in the bathroom and vibe, you know what I mean? Soak your body, and then, you know, you wash, soak, let the bubbles, run some water, and chill out, and just chill. You'd be surprised, like, you know what I mean? Lotion your body and shit, lay down, and, you know what I mean? Take that little thing, whatever you got. If you single, you know what I mean? Even better. But you got to set that tone, because the only thing, the things are going to come for you is when you vibe. Like, when you start embracing vibes, natural vibes, you know, no chemical vibes and shit, you're going to see, you're going to, like, and then when you least expect it, things happen, because somebody may interrupt you, good or bad, right? Because just when you're vibing, that's what's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have some interruptions, but that's part of the vibing. Like, you know, you're going in a good direction. Nobody gonna bother you if you waiting for a pie in the sky. But as soon as you take that nice long bath, you may have to turn the phone off, or, you know, the calls. You know, just do not disturb. So shout to Eric Byron, shout to Jack Lieber. It's love, man, vibe, you know what I'm saying? You single, that's cool, you know what I mean? You in a relationship, that's cool, you married, whatever. Like, a vibe is a vibe. Like, a vibe is for everybody. You know, everybody can vibe. Your heart is beeping, you can vibe. I don't want to hear, well, I'm in a wheelchair, Nate. You can vibe. I don't care if you have no legs, no hands. I don't care if you're disabled. A vibe is a vibe. You could be blind, okay? A vibe is a vibe. Learn to embrace that. You know what I mean? And everything will work out there. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you.